Okay, here we go. Welcome, everyone. It's Monday, and today I'm joining you not from my car under an overpass in Oakland, but actually from the comfort of my home office here. So that's exciting, but also just a good reminder. I just wanted to really reinforce that process I was going through. As I mentioned, I was on the highway driving home, and I was running out of time, starting to feel a little bit stressed out, and just thinking, Ollie, it's no problem. Like you can do this anywhere. That's the whole point of this 15 minutes of positivity. Is like we don't need things to be perfect and have them all be set up. It's all about just the intention, and then the ensuing action to actually do it. So Mondays like to do some mindfulness practice. And I thought today's uh, twist or theme on mindfulness will focus around a sort of a fun neuroscience anecdote. So back in the 90s, in a lab in Parma in Italy, some researchers were working with some monkeys, some macaque monkeys, and they wanted to see what sort of regions light up in the brain when these monkeys were uh, engaging in uh, finding a certain kind of nut and going through the process of peeling the nut and then eating it. So wanting to see, what that process was like in their brain. And as luck would have it, during one of these breaks during the sessions, one of the researchers grabbed a nut and started eating it and peeling it. And lo and behold, the neurologic signature of activity and in the monkey that was observing this human primate now, doing exactly the thing that the monkey was doing just a short while ago. Basically the same brain regions were being activated, and that sort of lit up this question like, oh my gosh, it's not just about the direct contact with the behavior that we're doing, but when we primates have the capacity to see other creatures and other primates doing the same thing, we actually experience it on some level as if we were doing it. And so it's a pretty good definition of empathy, or that at least stirred this curiosity around. Is that the neurologic basis of empathy? And this idea of mirror neurons was born, and there's been lots and lots of research in this domain since then. Um, and so I thought today that we would practice activating these networks of mirror neurons, if you will, by practicing loving kindness. And so this idea of cultivating this sense of love and goodwill and friendliness towards others, um, oftentimes all it takes is seeing a picture of them, and we can, as humans, we can feel it. And of course, a lot of it is projection, because the truth is we have no idea necessarily who that person is or what exactly is going on. But that's not really the point, right? When it comes to this kind of practice that we're doing here, the point is simply to allow that stimulus to activate these mirror neurons and these empathy networks, and take advantage of the fact that we actually get to experience that, do so intentionally, and then we'll go on with our day, right? So the more we practice that, the more this connection with other humans becomes accessible to us. So let's go ahead and practice that. Let's just start off. I have some pictures that I'm going to show you, but let's start off just by closing our eyes and arriving just right here, right now, noticing the body sitting wherever you find yourself. Just go inward and notice the sensation of inhabiting your body in this moment. And you can do so by bringing your awareness to your feet on the ground, your pelvis and your lower back in contact with the chair, or just sitting upright. Breath entering and leaving your body, the expansion of your chest and your belly, Your shoulders rising and falling with each in-breath and out-breath. Intentionally making this experience very simple. Just sitting, just noticing. And then go ahead and open your eyes and look at the picture on your screen. And just sit with us for a moment. Again, we have no idea who this baby is, but I'm guessing it's not a stretch for all of us to imagine what he or she is feeling, and realizing that the fact that we can empathize and that we can feel with this distraught baby is because we have the hardware and the software that allows us to basically have that same experience that we've probably had many times. And we can see it, we can feel it in this being. And we can use it as an opportunity to practice loving kindness. Imagine yourself being in the presence of this little baby and saying, may you feel safe. May you feel seen and heard. May you feel loved. May you feel a sense of belonging. And again, just feeling into what that's like in your body to connect with this little human in distress, and what it's like to wish them well. We'll move on to the next picture. And again, just take a moment to take this in. Look at his eyes, his mouth, just the whole demeanor and the energy, and let it resonate. And we don't have to know the details. We can just feel what he's experiencing on some level. Because we felt this before at some point. We've experienced this. And again, just imagining saying to him, I see you. I wish you well. May you feel safe. May you feel seen and heard. May you feel loved. May you feel like you belong. And moving on to the next picture. And this expression, this feeling is, I'm sure, quite familiar to every one of us. We've all been there. Maybe Maybe it wasn't even that long ago that we were experiencing something similar. And again, we don't need to know the details of how she got here or what exactly is going on. We can just feel it. We can feel into this moment. And then activating sense of compassion and imagining saying out loud to her, may you feel safe, may you feel seen, may you feel be heard, may you feel loved, may you feel like you belong. And again, just noticing where in your body that registers. We got one more for us here. This couple, and just feeling into the energy of this moment that they're sharing and that we're witnessing. Again, the fact that we can feel this subjectively is because something akin to these mirror neurons is being activated here. Like we all know bits and pieces of this experience that they're having. In some ways, we can use their experience to help us have sort of a more intimate, subjective experience with what they're feeling and experiencing. So again, saying out loud to them, may you both feel safe. May you both feel loved and happy. May you feel a sense of belonging. And go ahead and close your eyes just for a few seconds. Feel back into your body, just sitting in your chair, noticing if there's any difference in terms of how you feel now than when we first started. Take a deep breath in, exhale all the way, open your eyes and come on back to the room. Yeah, quick reminder that, I think oftentimes when we're stuck in anxiety or depression or our own circumstances, we can develop this kind of myopic view of, all we experience in life is what it feels like we're directly experiencing, and we forget to look up and connect with others. And just a reminder that we're actually biologically and neurologically primed to be, we're social creatures. We want to pick up on what other people are feeling and experiencing. And it's always an amazing opportunity to sort of get out of our own way and connect with others. And we can, in some ways, sort of self-servingly use that to feel better ourselves. So hope that's helpful. Also, quick reminder, or announcement rather, been spending some time sort of building some social media. If you guys like these sessions, know that I've been posting on a daily basis. Sometimes they're videos or little reminders. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever, and that appeals to you, feel free to sign up and we'll keep doing more. So I hope this was helpful. Have a great day, everyone.